What's up, family? Hey, I want to jump on here and touch base with you guys about a couple things, all right? Stay with me. This is going to get kind of deep, but I think it'd be worth it. We're going to go somewhere. I promise you that. The ancients said that when a person died, their heart was measured against a feather. And if their heart was heavier than the feather, then they were not found worthy to enter into paradise. They was not found worthy of being right standing. They weren't deemed as being pure in heart. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. Your your heart had to be balanced with the feather in order for you to be a pure heart. In order for you to be found worthy and to enter into paradise. A while back, I made a video and I talked about the three brains within our bodies. There's a brain in your gut, where we get our gut instincts from. There's a brain in your heart, and there's a brain, obviously, in your head. Stay with me. The reality, family, the great majority of us are heavy. And I'm not talking about being overweight or anything of that nature. I'm talking about we're heavy. Our heart is heavy. Our mind is heavy. And when you look at what they were talking about, the ancients, as far as your heart being heavy, the heart was a metaphor for our mind. You have to understand that, okay? Your heart is a metaphor for your mind. And so many of us walk around with a heavy mind. We're stressed out, we're overwhelmed, we're burdened down with just the fears and the anxieties of the day, just carrying the weight of our past, all the things we've gone through, all the things we've experienced, all the bad relationships, all the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse, the physical abuse, all the things that we've endured in our lives, the rejections, just everything. We carry that with us. We carry that with us, and that weighs us down. Stay with me. When people have a nervous breakdown, I believe, oftentimes it's from carrying that baggage. And they've gotten to a point where they can't go any further. They're done. They're done. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a great release. And oftentimes, when you look at people who are so overwhelmed, so stressed out, so burdened down, and they get to somebody that they can confide in, and they open up and start talking, voila. You know what I mean? It's just a, excuse me, it's a flow. And man, the tears start running, and it's just wow. It's the dam is bust. You know what I mean? The dam is burst. It's nonstop tears. You know what I mean? Just emotions, just pain, just suffering, just everything just coming out. You know what I mean? And when they're done, they feel so much lighter. They feel so much lighter. Why? Because they've released so much of that baggage that they were carrying. They released the emotional, physical, psychological pain that they've been carrying all these years. There was a release. a release of energy. That's all it was. I talk about going getting a massage from time to time and how it makes you feel so much better, especially when you get like a deep tissue massage for like an hour. Man, it's great because it's a release. You know, um, I used to go to the gym and get in a hot tub and sit there. And I know you're not supposed to be in there for a long period of time, but I would sit there 45 minutes to an hour, and it was just a release. And I got out and it's like, wow, all that from the exercising and just the stresses of life and just whatever I was dealing with, pressures I was carrying, man, they were gone. You know, it was a release. I felt so much lighter. Family, we have to learn how to let go. You you have to learn this. You have to learn this. And if you have young kids, you have to learn this because if you don't learn this, you're going to pass down those same traits of carrying this baggage to your kids. And oftentimes, when you look at and when you talk to people that have done drugs, that are alcoholics, and all the other things that people do to escape the pain, to escape the pressure, it's because they're carrying so much stuff that they can't deal with anymore. So they got to find an escape. And so the drugs is their escape. The alcoholism is their escape. Sex is their escape. Whatever it is, people are looking for an escape. And a great majority of the times, that escape is unhealthy. That escape creates more problems for them. It solves the problem temporarily because they don't have to deal with their issues. They don't have to deal with the pain, the trauma, whatever the case may be. But now their bodies are addicted, chemically addicted to these substances, which now adds to the problems that they already had. Family, we have to find a way to release, to let go of that trauma, to let go of that pain, to let go of the baggage, the bondage that we're under. And it's all emotional, it's all energetic. That's all it is. We have to let go of it. We have to let go of that spiritual bondage that we're under. My hope and prayer is that you understand that every time you connect with somebody, every time you connect with somebody, especially sexually, family, especially sexually, there is an exchange. There is an exchange. You are now receiving baggage that you didn't start out with. You don't understand it, you don't believe it, and that's okay. But it doesn't stop it from being true. And now you're tripping out on, man, why are you feeling this way? Why you got all these issues? Why you got all these problems and whoop and why do you feel like this and da 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 da? And it's like you're not understanding that that may not even been your issue originally, but because you connected with the wrong person and they departed or they imparted part of them into you, you now have their energy, you now have their baggage on top of all the other issues you already had. We have to learn to be selective of who we attach ourselves to, family. I can't stress this enough. You have to be extremely careful who you connect yourself with. Whether we're talking sexually, whether we're talking emotionally, you could be connected to somebody emotionally, just engaging in conversations and exchanging energy and not even understanding, not even realizing that you're picking up things from that other person that you really don't want to pick up. It can come from a hug. It could come from holding hands. It can come from a kiss. It can come from just being in their area, just being in their proximity. I'm not saying go home, stay home, lock everybody out, and you know what I mean, close up the windows, and I'm not saying become antisocial. I'm not saying any of that ignorant stuff. Okay, that's not what this is about. This is about being cautious of who you hang out with. This is about being cautious of who you associate with. This is about being cautious of who you exchange with and what you're exchanging. Because most of the times you don't realize what's really been exchanged. You think it's fun and games. You think it's just a simple conversation. You think it's just a simple hug. You think it's just a casual kiss. You think it's just casual sex. And it's so much deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. What's that got to do with the heart being heavier than the feather? Because we take on all of this baggage, because we take on all these pressures from all these other people, we already have our own issues. You know what I mean? We already have our own stuff that we have to deal with, that we have to work on. Now we got all this other stuff that we're not even aware of that's affecting our life. And it's weighing us down. It's weighing you down. Learn to cut the cords and become light as feather. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.